There you go, a little tour of the auditorium in this apartment complex. This is a rebuilt school, repurposed. So this would have been the theater, whatever they did, school plays, presentations, stuff like that. They just made this. I mean, it's a great little set. I got a story about this too. And that would be where all of the students would have been sitting. I don't know whether it was chairs or tables. Maybe they had tables, and this was the dining area as well. They added that little section back in there that's completely enclosed. Now they have a computer. By the way, that very last computer, when I first moved in here, was the one I was working on it one night, trying to figure out how to use a computer. I still don't know. Turned in at around 10:30 at night. Came back down the next morning. I guess it was 7 o'clock or so. I couldn't sleep. And the whole computer was gone. So I called, I talked to the staff briefly. And that was when Brincy was here. Brincy. What a name for some kind of retarded little poodle. And Brincy smelled like a ashtray in a truck stop. She was a huffer and a half, boy. So they moved some overpriced soda machines down here so you could come, drop a $20 bill in there and get yourself, hopefully get a candy bar out of it. I gotta watch my way down these stairs. And, it was a really good idea. Now you see. Let's see how cool this was. Back in the day, schools, look at that. Nice little theater. That's just beautiful. Put on some nice plays up there. Do some nice stuff. Again, it was whoever made the call to reuse this as an apartment was very smart. I mean, the walls were there. I guess they trust them. Oh, I see stuff. Ceilings everywhere, a leak in this building, everywhere. Oh, man, look at that. Big stains all over the place. That's one thing you count on in this place. It's the ceiling leaking. Very tall ceiling, too. Very tall ceiling. Let's shut this down off like that. Let's see what a little soda costs. Let's see what that costs. You get Brisk, Pepsi Zero, Aquafina, Mountain Dew. I wonder what the big seller is. And how much is it? Please, something in there. Accept something. I'm blind, crippled, and crazy, and I don't see any price. Real nice. It says that we accept bills, of course. But how much is it? Damn soda. What happens? Ice cold something or other. Dry ink. Who the heck knows? Ice cold drink. Oh, whatever. Probably overpriced, whatever the heck it is. Sugar water. These things they left in here because it's cheaper to leave this cast iron stuff in here than to try and remove it. Weighs too much, and probably the scrap value is zero. So you have all of that there, that extra weight, so the contractor saved themselves some money by not touching that stuff. And I came down here, it's after 12 o'clock at night. No security guard here as usual. And that's bad. That's bad that there's no security guard here, especially in this town. especially in this town. You're talking Long Branch. Jeez. You know, everything looks nice, but remember, it's a facsimile. Here you get numbers on here. Each one has a number. And then you go over here and push your numbers in. Push number whatever the heck it is. 66. There ain't no 66, is there? Yeah, what the heck was that? Some kind of junk. And again, put your bill in there. What denomination? I don't know. Doesn't matter. So, all of these locks in here, they're all magnetic key entry. So you go in here, you swipe. It's pretty impressive. Somebody made a fortune off of it. Now it's more or less absentee landlords. Here you go. This was it. This was the first place. Right here, that computer right there in the corner was the one I was using. The next day, everything was gone, and I was worried that they were going to blame me. The reason the wires are all bundled up nicely on that one, let's see if they took it apart, probably, was because I put them all back together. I came down the one day, and that computer was sitting in this chair in a leaf bag. That was my first exposure to that piece of garbage detective house. Long Branch Police Detective House. What a piece of garbage that human is. But then, you're talking about a cop. That goes with, without saying that a cop is a piece of garbage. So you got this little living thing here. You can sit down where everybody urinates and moves their bowels and watches TV. Strange story is, this is like a little community room. I have little parties here, bingo games and stuff like that. I'm not interested in any of that crap. Could care less. Sitting in that corner over there, and I get a phone call from somebody I knew in Rhode Island. First phone call I got since I was out. I was down here. It was somebody I know, Tommy. And Tommy calls me, I answer the phone. And he's a big jackass. He's about twice as tall as me. Thinks he's a tough guy. And he comes down and he's staring at me. So I was sitting with my back to the wall. Like that, with my back to the wall. And I was trapped because where could I go? I mean, the guy was standing right here and he holds his cane out. And he's threatening me with the cane. You can't talk down here. You can't do nothing. This is key. You can't talk. You can't talk on the phone. Look at this. There's a media center down here for gatherings. So this lunatic wants to start on me immediately. I don't think I was here a hot day, and these tenants were losing their marbles. So maybe this video will go on. Got any goodies? Got a whole turkey. Any goodies? Nothing. What do we got? Some moldy food? An old cheese platter? What the heck is this thing? Macaroni salad? Some bottled water? Some half-open bottles of soda. So, pretty nice. But when you get down here into an area like this, all of these old people got their spots claimed. So you come down here and these old people, they get real idiotic. And I'm talking idiotic. So they say never a dull moment. Well, if they're right, never a dull moment. And these morons think that every one of them think they own the place. You can't sit there. That's my spot. That's my spot. No, it ain't. I lease this property too. All little handy dandy utensils in there, pitchers, nice little sink. You could probably do, a little cooking show down here, a little YouTube cooking show if you wanted to, and you arranged with the staff that, you would be down here. But then there'd always be somebody coming down here. You know how it gets. Oh, you can't. Yeah, all right. What did I forget? What story? Yeah, that old geezer. And when I came in here, I was in such bad shape, I could barely walk down here. So I finally made it to the point where I could walk down here, and this was like a big deal for me. Like, holy mackerel, look at this. Now I never come down here. And these computers are all blocked off. I don't think you could get out on them anyway. You can't transmit. You could get YouTube and Google stuff as far as I know. I mean, that's all I learned was, what I know now is Google and YouTube and Facebook. So, it looked nice in the papers when they put this in the papers, in the listings, but you got to understand that was all shot by a professional photographer with much better lighting than this. Everything was brand new and nice and clean. They probably just moved the furniture in. They had the photographer waiting, set everything up, dusted everything off, took the pictures. Oh, look how beautiful this is. Look how beautiful it is. You see, this is like a little house in itself down here. It's all sealed off like a little tiny house. So that's the pictures that they show. The damage on the inside of these buildings is incredible. Pipes broken in the walls, floors are filthy, no security. Oh, like I said, half of the tenants, I'd say a better part, probably 3/4 of the tenants are out of their minds. You can imagine this as an old school coming to school and then filing in and out of the doors here. And everybody stand on line. And they probably lined them up down here when school was closing. And the bell rang and you would leave, you would go home. But it was a very clever way to reuse this property. And you come out here and you see this section. It looks good, but everything's fake. Everything's fake. The maintenance man that works here now, he's got his hands full just to keep it to look like this. He's got his hands full. The maintenance guy prior to him, he was a black guy. His name was Sean. He's a real derelict, real nasty guy. And he made sure he belittled me on a couple occasions. But I don't take that kind of crap. I don't take it well at all. Here, look here. That light always sways back and forth. One day it's going to wear through that chain and just drop on somebody. And it really gets going during the summer when the air conditioning's blowing. So as long as Sean was a maintenance man here, he was just showing up for the job. It couldn't have been, his handiwork, because his handiwork sucks. It did. And I had a talk with staff in this place. I says, you got him listed as, the maintenance guy. I says, he's not. He's a janitor. They get all pissed off. Oh, you got a lot of nerve. He's the maintenance supervisor. He's the maintenance supervisor. No, he's a janitor. And that's all it amounted to. And now, like I said, the maintenance guy doing the job right now is still trying to catch up on the stuff that Sean messed up. And there's only one maintenance man, and that's this guy. I believe his name is Ed. He's a nice enough guy. I get along with him. So, and here, it's like after 12 o'clock at night, no security guard. People walk in and out. I got my pass key. because I'm a tenant, so I can walk in and out of these buildings when I want to. I mean, should I need to come down and, get a $15 can of whatever the heck, or, $20, who the heck knows, Little Debbie, whatever the heck, off-brand nuclear waste, stuff like that. I wanted to do videos down here. I wanted to come down here and maybe Nutri-Grain, Captain's Wafers, never heard of them. Milanos, who are those? Pepperidge Farm. Oh, they got some, Satisfiers, never heard of them. Fritos, I've heard of them. Snyder's, whatever the hell these are. Funyuns, so it must be Fun Onions or something. Hardy Mix by Keystone, whoever heard of them. I'm telling you, this area is the end of the world. They sent me down here to die. But this is a big leap from where I was. I was stuck in Trenton. And that place is a horror show. That's hell on earth. Everything you could imagine about an insane asylum, it's true. It's true. You wouldn't believe what you see. There'd be crowds of people in here urinating on each other, pissing in corners, taking a crap, fighting, screaming. And then the staff was just as bad. Every other word out of the staff's mouth was a vulgarity. And of course, in Trenton, they hire the local ghetto garbage because the government says, oh, look what we're improving the community. We're giving you people jobs. Now, these people are so damn ignorant. They get a job and they're so nasty and filled with hate that you give them a job and all they want to do is show up to pick up their paycheck, and oh, you want me to work too for that paycheck? And that's what you got. So picture the ghetto garbage in Trenton, what it consists of. All busted up, alky, gang banging, retread, prostitute, dope shooting, hookers. Oh, you vote for Obama. You vote for Obama. That was a popularity contest, boy. So I want to take it down here, and maybe, I could do a couple of my projects down here. The unfortunate thing is that it would attract too much attention. You have nosy people coming in here telling you what you can and can't. Oh, here's an important point here. There you go. We all know what that is, right? That's a camera. There's other cameras in here. There's other cameras. Now, the dirtbags at Declarations, I'm telling you, they're getting ready to make a move on me. I might not be around too much longer. I'm dead serious. I may not be around that much longer. They might decide to lie because I'm so damn dangerous. Yeah, I'm dangerous. So they say, oh, we got to have two people on you at all times. The girl that brought that about was Courtney. Courtney is a recovering alcoholic who had so many personal relationship problems. Plus, she came to me one day, and I kind of encouraged them for a couple of reasons. To, you can unburden yourself. You could talk to me. That way I found out who the person was and find out their little secrets. So turns out she's, like I said, recovering alcoholic. She's got that wet brain mentality. I'm on my way back home from the doctor's office. I'm upset as hell because doctor wasn't about to do anything, and he's trying to convince me that the doctor I do have, who is the geriatrics general practitioner, old people, that's his specialty, and he's a wonderful person. He's a great, great, great person. I got to see him ASAP. I've never had the back work done, the surgery done. This has been years now going on. Also, I want to remind you, Gregory's school was part of calling the police on me every single chance they had. Every chance they had the police up in my apartment. And Jessenia was the girl that robbed my apartment. Jessenia's mother was the property manager at the time. So Jessenia, two different organizations. Jessenia works for one organization, and my medical stuff is supposed to be in her hands only, HIPAA laws and stuff like that. But Jessenia took it upon herself to spread it around where I was from, who I was, so everybody down here knew it. And they took advantage of that and tried to harass me, but I'm 5'11". I weigh 230-something pounds, naked. So with clothes on, you figure another 10 pounds, 240-something pounds, and they're going to give me crap? I ain't taking it. And listen, Trenton, man, I had it a lot rougher there than I had it here. And these people think they're going to throw their weight around? They're nuts. So, great Declarations is trying to pull some shit. This is you're too dangerous. We got to have two people on you at all times. And I'm dead set against double dipping any insurance company. I know the tricks. This company ain't making enough money. Oh, we'll say this guy is dangerous. That goes against me a lot. Because now all they have to do is call the cops and say, we got to have two people on him at all times because he's so damn dangerous. I'm not. When they took me shopping for food or necessities, which they're not doing anymore because they're scumbags, they were fine with that. You know, one person, me and one other person. And when they took me shopping, I was grateful. There was a Carvel ice cream store right across from the ShopRite. I said, and we had to go past it on the way out, on the way back home. I said, come on, let's stop. And I'd always get whoever I was with, whatever they wanted, nice little treat. No big deal. Come on, man. What was a cup of ice cream? We're talking probably $8 a whack, right? So $16. No big deal. They gave me a ride over there. They helped me pack the groceries. We were in and out of there. Boom, boom, boom. And in the shape my body is in, I couldn't carry all that crap upstairs. And I had to shop like I wasn't going to be shopping for 3 months because declarations are so abusive, you couldn't count on them. Hey, I'm totally out of food. Oh, tough, that's on you. That's on you. And then that one day finally came where Jessenia started selling all kinds of tickets that I'm saying offensive things. Well, you look on my Facebook page, which is on knockoff right now. I got Facebook jail. And you'll see the pictures of Jessenia in her full glory, she's a little gang banging, carpet munching thug. So, and that's who they got taking care of old people, old broken down, disabled old people. They got a carpet munching thug. Alcoholic, dope fiend, eat as many pills as you could throw at her. Drunk, stoned, stealing stuff. So she's decided that she had enough of me. I'll leave my Facebook link. I'll think about that. Leave my Facebook link in there so you could look at the whole Facebook link. You could look at the pictures in it, my comments, a lot of sarcasm about the police, a lot of stuff that just interests me. I'll copy it from Google and put it on that site. Medical news, car stuff, fishing stuff, anything that really sounds interesting to me, I'll do. So Jessenia decides that she wanted that POS computer back that she donated to me. She donated it to me with all kinds of racy stuff left on it. So I see the stuff that was left on it, and I gave Jessenia a call. Hey, Jessenia, you want to come down and, just wipe this computer? I don't know how to do it. Plus, the stuff looked, some of it was personal. Some of it was decent family stuff. The other stuff was all criminal behavior. All criminal behavior. But when she donated that computer to me, that computer and its contents became my property. So she's at the shop talking crap about me, telling me I'm saying offensive things, and you know how thin-skinned people are today. You can't say anything. People don't identify as people. Oh, that's not the proper pronoun. That's not the proper pronoun. I don't identify as a human. Whatever. And you got to go with that because they'll call the police. So she's talking crap behind my back. And I was really sad about that because I really liked Jessenia. I got along with her at first until I found out she was talking all that crap behind my back. Because it's nothing that she didn't do. She talked worse crap than me. She used all the words. She knew them. So she does that, declarations, and they got a pattern. This is what they do. They'll set the pattern, they'll cut services. Like they would take me, help me make the doctor's appointment. They would take me to the doctor's appointment because I live bare minimum on Social Security. That's it, bare minimum. Bare minimum. Pay my rent, get some food. I got a couple bucks for a toy or something to keep myself interested. Maybe a new pocket knife, maybe some new fishing line and some plastic lures and stuff like that. Nothing other than that. So she gets pissed off. I'm talking crap to her, right? Yeah, okay. Which I do say offensive things, go figure. So she really hurt my feelings, and I called declarations. Hey, I'm real sorry about that. We should try and have some kind of reconciliation, and see if we could get things back on the right track again. Instead, Jessenia calls the Long Branch police and tells the Long Branch police I'm suicidal. Remember, the computer she wants is in that room, is in my apartment. Now, once she started with that crap, I didn't know how to use a computer, but I could bring up a picture on the screen, and with a phone, I could take a picture, click of the whole computer with the screenshot on there. So a lot of screenshots of her doing drugs, the finger, all of these N-words and spick words, and all of it, real bad. So being she was selling me tickets like that and having all my services cut, she decides to come over with the police. She's going to get, I started sending pictures of her to her boss. And I kind of had a feeling that she'd be part of receiving the pictures. I was kind of hoping it, too, as a matter of fact. Like, you want to talk crap? Well, here's some more crap right back at you. This is you. How dare you talk about me when you're involved in all of this gangster shit? How dare you talk about me like that and cut my services? You get around, you got money, you got family, you're in good health, and you're denying me all of that. So I sent them some of the pictures, some of the more racy ones of her. So she calls me up immediately. Oh, blah, blah, blah. You just overstepped the bounds. What do you think you're doing? And then she just hung up on me. All right. I think I called Glenn, or Glenn called me. He's a drummer from way back in the day, played with a punk band. Oh, it was the only person I knew at the time. And you would say, Glenn, a punk, big punk rocker. Right, so I'm talking to Glenn. And as I'm talking to Glenn, this is immediately after Jessenia hangs up the phone. I'm talking to Glenn on the phone. I'm saying, hey, I'm waiting for something crazy to go on. Jessenia called and made a thinly veiled threat, and They kind of suspect something's going on. So Glenn's still on the phone. He's drunk out of his mind, as usual. I mean, he stays drunk. He stays drunk. From Saddle River, New Jersey. He stays drunk. He's moneyed in. His family's got money. So that's how he got to do his little rock and roller routine. He's got money. Didn't have to do too much for a living. Parents had paid away. So Glenn's on the phone with me when the Long Branch police are knocking on the door. So unbeknownst to me, there was about 5 or 6 Long Branch police out in the hallway. They had brought a screener with them from Monmouth Medical Center. And Jessenia, remember, Jessenia phoned the call in to say that I was suicidal. Now, what that does is that gives police exigent circumstances. If you don't open the door, they could kick it in. And I was sticking to my rights. I asked him, I says, hey, do you have a warrant? No, we don't have a warrant. I says, you need one to get in here. They says, oh yeah, we have a warrant. There's a Long Branch police. Long Branch police got a marvelous history. They're a real bunch of turds. Okay, so you don't have a warrant. Oh yeah, now we do. Slide it under the door. Oh, now we don't. So they want to play their piggy games. You know how the piggy games go. They're so much smarter. They're so much smarter. Yeah, okay. So the one beast, I think it was the female Incredible Hulk. Oh man, what a toad. What a toad, horrid looking, lived under a bridge toad. Out pops 2 tasers, right? They still didn't kick the door in, right? They got the tasers ready. She says, I'm not opening the door. I'm not going to open it. I'm not resisting you. I says, but I don't have to open the door. You ain't got a warrant. I says, I'm standing back away from the door. I'm going to put my hands over my head. I'm not moving. I'm not making a move. Boom, they kick the door open. The laser beams are on my chest. The big fat toad woman screaming. She's actually having a psychotic break because she wasn't speaking any words in English. She was just yelling. She was totally out of it. That's the cop. That's the female cop. And I says, ho there. I says, I'm not making any moves. I'm not causing any problems. I says, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn around. I'll do a 360-degree turn. You can see I got nothing in my pockets, nothing strapped in my belt, nothing on me, like that. Oh, I'll put your hands behind your back. So they cuffed me. We're still in the appointment. Jessenia is standing right outside the door. Remember, she donated the computer with all the evidence on it. She's standing right outside the door. At any point before they kicked the door in, she could have said, oh no, I know this guy. He's a nice guy. I bought her stuff. Like I said, when I was shopping. When I went to clean out my storage locker, there was a lot of mechanical stuff there that I'd never use again. Brand new battery chargers, trickle chargers, all kinds of stuff. That was my life stuffed into that one little storage locker. And they stole everything I had. Not declarations, other people. When I lived in New Brunswick, it was probably the police and the tenants over there just cleaned me right the hell out. So I wound up with a couple fishing rods, a couple pairs of pants, my bicycle. That was about it. They took really nice kitchen utensils and stuff like that. A beautiful brand new deep fryer, never been used. That was a couple $100. The aquariums. The aquariums, I can't even imagine how much I had into them. Probably $4,000 or $5,000 into my aquariums. And all of that's gone. That's all, everything gone. So they dragged me off. And the cops. Every word out of a cop's mouth is going to be a lie. Believe me. They don't know when to stop. They do not know when to stop. Oh yeah, and I've been through this routine already. Oh, we're gonna give you a ride over there to the screener, and we'll give you a ride home. Listen, if somebody says they're taking you to see a screener, and it's on, say, like a Friday night, you might not be getting out until, if you get out at all, until like Monday morning when somebody shows up. So they have this dirtbag psychiatrist show up the very next day. I didn't have any of my sleep meds. I didn't have any of my pain meds. I didn't have nothing, right? Stripped naked. You're put in a cage. And they just watch you, and they're nasty. They won't answer any questions. Hey, can I get some water or something? Can I get a blanket or something to cover myself up with? And there's always those filthy nasty nurses. You should have thought about that before. Before what? That shows how ignorant and vicious these people are. So the next morning, I'm beat, no sleep. The piece of shit psychiatrist shows up. His name is Chris Fabian from Monmouth Medical Center. I'm sitting there. I think by that time they gave me a hospital gown to wear. He says, well, what's going on here? What's going on here? Real nasty. I mean, he was soured up. I says, well, it's obviously a misunderstanding, behind me and declarations. A total misunderstanding. I'm sure this can be straightened right out. And the psychiatrist, now remember, I was just door kicked in, dragged out in chains. I didn't do anything. Jessenia told him I was suicidal. I didn't do anything. I wasn't bleeding, I wasn't ODing, I wasn't nothing. I was in my apartment talking to Glenn, the drunk, on the phone. So the psychiatrist walks into the screening room. I told him, yeah, misunderstand. Kind of like I'm talking to you now. And he says, he goes, you don't get along with everybody. He says, if I see you here one more time in regards to this case, I will hospitalize you. And for me, that meant being locked up for a couple years, just years in a state asylum in Trenton, someplace like Trenton. And Trenton is, I'm telling you, 90% black. And the people that are in those asylums are so crazy that there's a state prison right on that grounds. It's got a woman's name. I can't think of it right now. So the people that are too crazy to be in the prison, imagine that, too crazy to be in a prison, they ship them right over to Trenton, the psychiatric hospital. And now you're stuck in with these gang bangers and sex freaks and arsons and murderers and kleptomaniacs, everything you could imagine. Every indecency you could imagine, they would put in there. Now you're stuck in there with that. So, 2 years in there, I barely got, and this is the God's honest truth, if I got 2 hours of sleep a night, that was a lot of sleep. It was usually like 1 hour or nothing. And they drag you around. Yes, it's possible. Don't say no, that's BS. No, it's possible. I see all kinds of stories about these Navy SEALs, and you can go this far with this much. Yeah, okay. I know, I was there. Not a Navy SEAL, but I was tortured that way, sleep deprivation. So they send these organizations over to help to find you housing, because they have to have you out by law in so many days, or you become part of a lawsuit that they got to get you out of there. It's called the Olmstead Act. Why isn't this guy out of here? Why didn't you find housing for him? Well, the reason is I got a Social Security card. That's cash in the bank for them, not me. They charge me for everything, all the medical, all the meds, every single thing. That the insurance company, here, we'll cover it. That's if you got a Social Security card. That's money for them. That's guaranteed money. They charge it right off, boom. So they sent so many organizations down, and they were trying to get me an apartment in gang territories and New Brunswick dumps, flood zones. There was one apartment way the heck down the street. It was all black, and that's gonna work out for me. Me in a house full of black people. I think they did one on Dave Chappelle like that. One white guy and all black people, and that's exactly what it was like. I didn't live there, but as soon as the social worker and I rolled up to that apartment, there's a black guy sitting on the front porch knocking down a beer. Now, I'm not against knocking down a beer. I just don't drink. Not now. I did years and years ago, but fuck it, man. I lost my interest in that. I'd rather be fishing. All of that money spent on beer, I spent it on fishing lures and fishing rods. At least I got something instead of a hangover and a rock-hard liver. So they take me to that dump. No, they take me to the gang one in New Brunswick. No, man, that's just looking to get in trouble over there, looking to get killed. And then they brought me down here to Long Branch, New Jersey. Now, I felt bad coming all the way down here because I lived further north in New Jersey. I lived up by New Brunswick, which I was comfortable in New Brunswick. Everything is right there. You got the clinics, everything. You got beautiful restaurants right across the street. I could walk out of my apartment and probably an eighth of a mile, a couple yards, and I'm standing on the Raritan River. Striper fishing, smallmouth fishing, a couple miles up, you were fishing in the Delaware and Raritan Canal. Walleyes, smallmouth, largemouth, stripers, everything you could imagine was perch, eels, you name it was in that water. Big crappie, very nice place today. And they moved me down to this crap hole. And this has been nothing but problems since I've been down here. The apartment that they moved me into, the pipes were all broken. You see what you see. It all looks nice, doesn't it? But you couldn't see if there was any broken pipes in the walls like in my apartment. So the pipes are broken in the wall, water's pouring out, sewage gas is flowing into my apartment. Rug is soaking wet constantly, and yet they're charging me full rent for a dump like that. And these people, they keep the cream of the crop in this part of the building. Right across the street is where they keep all the lunatics that are playing with their turds, rolling their turds in little balls. They have these big smoke out contests up there. You're not supposed to be smoking anything in here. The marijuana is legal. Marijuana is legal if you buy it from a dispensary or from a reputable place. If you buy it from a dispensary, whether it's a state dispensary or a licensed dispensary. Not if you get it from Joe Blow off the street. It's not legal. It's still not legal. You can get arrested and go down for dealing drugs. Specifically pot, you'll go down for dealing that without, proper credentials. So these people here, even though it's an old age home, you still got people with smoking dope up here. And a lot of these old girls up here, man, they got to have their couple bottles of wine. They love their bottles of wine, so they're all drunked up and sassy and nasty. And again, this area, this is a sanctuary city. This is a sanctuary state. So you don't know what's coming into this area. No, you have no idea. And this is chock full of Mexicans, South Americans, all illegal aliens. All illegal aliens. And right in this area here, this Gregory School area, so far this year, there has been 17 hit and runs. Hit and run. You hit somebody with the car and you take off. If it's these old people that get run over, they're dead. Look at what Officer Jake Pascucci did. He ran over that woman and killed her. Long Branch Police Officer Jake Pascucci ran that woman down and killed her. So he cries qualified immunity, big tough guy. He's drunk out of his mind, coming back from some kind of police picnic barbecue thing. Kills her, knocked her clean out of her shoes. And he cries. That case went on and on and on, and he cried qualified immunity. So he got, I think, less than 18 months for killing that woman, drunk driving. And, that's how that one went. But this is a very dangerous area here. I've been threatened several times by ne'er-do-wells. Once at the Dunkin' Donuts. Peabody, Disorderly Product News, was the one that re-edited that video for me. And Peabody's gone. Listen, if there is a heaven, Peabody's in heaven. I don't believe in heaven, but I believe that Peabody was one of the good people. Peabody, Disorderly Product News, took me for who I am and says, hey, man, he goes, you want to be a moderator on my site? I was shocked. I says, yeah, I tell you what, man. I says, I don't know what to do about anything about that stuff. He goes, don't worry about it, man. He goes, you be a moderator on my site. I tell you, that was one of the proudest moments of my life, really. Getting out of Trenton and becoming a moderator on one of the big accountability sites, I was so proud. And when Peabody died, that just took a lot out of me. It did. I'm still mourning his loss. Still mourning his loss. So, get back home from the screener, back to where we were. Of course, they're not going to find nothing wrong. They burglarized the apartment. They got what they wanted. They took the computer. That's theft. That's burglary. Tampering with evidence. The evidence I could have showed, but I was smart enough to save it all. You look on my Facebook page. I'll see. I'm kicked off of Facebook for another 5 to 6 days. When I do, I'll probably post that up and show you that. I don't know where I was going with that. Post it up on the Facebook page. You can see the pictures of, like I said, of Jessenia, all of that stuff. So, Declarations is a very horrible organization. They violated my civil rights. Then they pulled, they're a nonprofit organization. That's what they're claiming. But I think that has something to do with taxpayers' money. So when I put up my review on Google, on their Google page, I put down the truth. I put down pictures, everything. Jessenia, the whole shooting match went right down there. So Declarations decided, hey, man, we don't want this out. We don't want it out that we violated this guy's civil rights. We'll shadow ban him. We'll cut his review. We'll hide his review, which I believe, according to what I hear, is a First Amendment rights violation. It's a civil rights violation. So they violated my first, my fourth, and probably 14th. Try and find a lawyer. Try and find a lawyer when you're 70 years old and you're disabled and you get a disability paycheck. That's hand to mouth. Ain't a whole lot left over after that. So they derailed the shit out of me, and they're doing it again. They're saying I'm so dangerous. So what I did a couple weeks back was I said, hey, look, you're so worried about, me being such a danger to you people. Remember, the girl that was driving, helping me get to the grocery store and do stuff, she's a recovering alcoholic that had her own personal life issues. She had issues with her at that time, boy, I'm assuming boyfriend. Today, that's probably a big mistake, assuming that anybody's hooked up with the opposite sex. So she had all kinds of interpersonal relationships. We're on the way back from the doctors. I'm complaining about this damn doctor, man, and he's trying to convince me that Dr. Warren doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. All right, I had enough I could take from this Indian doctor. And I told the Indian doctor to F himself. I says, yeah, you ain't here to do nothing for anybody except your bank account. Now, Courtney's in the room with me. So we walk out of there. I said, I tell you what, pal, I says, I'm also leaving a Google review on you, on your Google Facebook, on your Google page, and it's not going to be good. So you've been warned already. So I leave there. We're onto a highway back home, and I'm still complaining, man, this sucked. I'm in pain. My back has been broken. My neck has been broken. My left ankle is unhealed fractures in my ankles. It's very painful for me to walk. Any of you that watch my YouTube videos, you see that I limp badly because my knee was broken and my ankle's broken. And at 70, it really starts to hurt a lot. So they've already, within the last couple weeks, started pulling services. And they're leaving me. It's getting cold now. I got no way to get around. And the little store on the corner here is $6 a loaf of bread. So for two loaves of bread, $6 a loaf, six something. That's like almost $14 for 2 loaves of bread. And that's only if you eat bread. I mean, they got other junk like what? Fritos and Twinkies and crap like that? Okay. To eat at a restaurant over there? They got these little restaurants, but nothing American. Nothing American. All foreign stuff that I'm totally unfamiliar with. Well, you should try this. Now, listen, I like meat and potatoes. I like regular, hamburgers, fries, stuff like that, simple stuff. I like my Asian food. The Asian lady that has the restaurant down there treats me like a king. I treat her well, she treats me well. So now, Saturday night, well, probably, what is it, Sunday morning? Or Saturday, whatever the hell today is. I left a message with my doctor's office. I got to get in to see him quickly because declarations, they're moving again to try and lock me up. They did it the first time, remember. Dragged me out of my apartment in chains. Jessenia walks into the apartment, takes the computer, locks the door. Now, it was Jessenia, the maintenance man from here. Now remember, here is Gregory's school. Gregory's school is run by Jessenia's mother. And it's a whole Hispanic crew. Because that's what they're all Hispanic. Yeah, La Raza. Okay. So now we got Jessenia standing right outside the door. That's a computer she donated to me. The only 2 elements I have to prove in court would be motive and opportunity. Motive? Jessenia had the motive. She phoned the whole thing in and told them I was suicidal so that she could get inside that apartment and get the computer. But I wasn't opening the door. So she takes the computer. Well, once I got released from the hospital, I walk in, look at the corner of the floor where the computer would have been. It's not there. That was the whole purpose of that. So I was burglarized. I was threatened by the psychiatrist. That's tampering with a witness because I'm the victim of a burglary. I'm the victim of a home invasion, goddammit, that she orchestrated. And she had the Long Branch police. That was her break and entry men. That was her crew. Was the Long Branch police. So, like I said, life's been tough. It sucks. And I, something, I don't have family. I don't have friends I can turn to. Here's all my friends in this room. I got them all here with me. Look at them. Look at all my friends. Nothing. This is me. This is it. This is what's left. Nobody to talk to. Nobody to help me get to the doctor's appointments, help me make the appointments with these screwball doctors. So, one of the points. So this Danny DeVito nurse, she's a real troll, man, a real warty looking, like a warthog thing. And I says, look, if you people are having so much problems, I'm so dangerous. I says, why don't we we'll meet. I got an appointment over at doctor, and they had been to Dr. Zweren's office with me dozens of times. Dozens of times. Hey, come on over. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We'll get a meeting taken care of, and, I'll get my doctor's appointment done and over with. So they had been in there. So I offered them the other day, look, you're all crazy, and you're paranoid, and you're worried you're so worried. I said, well, have the meeting at, my doctor's office. You can feel safe there. Nothing screwy is going on. And the big fat toad, the warty toad, says, "Oh, no, we can't do that. We can't do that." Oh, this conversation is going no place. I just offered you the safest place you could be in the doctor's office, and you turned that down. So this ain't me refusing anything. That's them trying to set me up for another fall. So the big toad calls me Friday and says, "Oh, we got to get this appointment because there's a lot of paperwork got to be done, a lot of paperwork." All right, I got to get that done. I need some help figuring out what the hell this stuff means. And they usually set it up so that they throw a stack of papers in front of me, explain, well, this one means that, this one means that, sign, 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 and we're done in a couple seconds. So I says, all right, I mean, you people are so insecure, you need two people around because I'm so damn dangerous. I says, we'll do it here at Gregory School. Yeah, sure, you bring the two people with you. But I'm going to video document the whole meeting because it's two of them, two liars against me. That ain't going. I'm going to document everything they say. And if I get the chance, I'm going to put their faces out there on YouTube. Oh, no. This conversation is going no place. Click, she hangs up on me. So I got to make another appointment with Dr. Zwerin, get into his office and ask him, just why the hell does everybody figure I don't deserve civil rights? Why? Why? They robbed my house. They took me out of the house in chains. I didn't let them in. They kicked the door in. There were no charges filed. Nothing. The only thing that happened, Jessenia stole a computer. I called the detective house, the POS that he is, and filed a report with him. I told him Jessenia's name. I told him the name of the organization. Don't worry, we'll take care of this. Yeah, sure. And I never hear from him again. I asked Kellen Pollito, who was Jessenia's boss at that. They call it a team leader. So if the detective talked to Kellen at all, Kellen lied. Because them going over to my apartment was never about me being suicidal. It was about Jessenia stealing that computer. That's all it was. They find nothing wrong with me. The computer's missing. What was that about? She was right there at the door. I spoke to her several times while they were getting ready to kick the door in. Remember, motive and opportunity. That's all I got to prove. Ain't an honest lawyer around here. There ain't. It just ain't an honest lawyer around here. So declaration seems to believe that you burglarize a client's house, you have them dragged out of their house in chains, you threaten to lock them up, and everything is better the next day. Everybody's giggling and laughing. It's party time. It's party time. That just, I got no transportation. I'm stuck down here. I'd much rather be further up north fishing, hanging out with some of the old guys that hung out down by the river. But I'm down here in Long Branch, and it sucks. It's a horrible place. I'm 70 years old. Let me see if I can do this. Boom. How the heck do I do this? I don't even know how to turn this damn thing around. Here, let's see if this does it. You can look at my hideous face. 70 years old. What am I going to do? And I know I'm going to get a bunch of tough guy answers. Oh, do this. You deserve it. You deserve to die. You're with the accountability. You should die. This is good for you. And I even get it from people I know. One of the biggest screwballs is out in California. What are you going to do if you need a cop? Well, you know what? If you need a cop, you should be able to call and get one to come over and act professionally and do his job. But today we know that that's not possible. We know that cops are liars, child rapists, child pornographers. We know now by the statistics At minimum, 40% of the police are abusing their own families. A conservative estimate is 40% of the police are abusing their families. But 100% of the police are out abusing everybody else. And you tell a cop something like, oh, you know, I pay your wages, I do this, that. Listen, you're going to get a beating, you're going to get arrested, and you're going to wind up, you know, in jail, in an asylum, and maybe never seen again. At my age, I could go to jail and die. They're not going to give me the meds that I'm on. You should have thought about that before. Before what? Before Jessenia robbed my house? And in all places, she's a psychologist in Eatontown, New Jersey. Jessenia Rivera in Eatontown, New Jersey. You could probably Google her name and find it. Jessenia Rivera, Eatontown, New Jersey, and you'll come up with her. She's a trained psychologist. Thief, burglar, hypocrite, liar, racist, dope fiend. And they think that somehow that helps your case. I'm telling you, it set me back. The only bright moments in my life since I got down here was when Peabody made me a moderator on his site. I'm telling you, I was so proud of that. I was so proud of that. And Peabody's gone. And I'm sad. So are a whole lot of other people. So I'm TPH victim. We're over the 1 hour mark. This will probably take 10 days to upload. And I'll see if I can remember to put declarations, contact information down there. My one video where I'm asking for help, I'm serious. I'm serious, man. I don't want to disappear. I don't. And what do you see on those channels? You see an old man talking about his fishing rods, talking about things that happened during the day. I'd much rather be walking around. Man, it'd blow your minds if you saw where I was fishing in New Jersey. All right in the city. And beautiful, beautiful, beautiful area. But even in that area, it's all illegal aliens camped out on the sides of the canal. They got their camp set up. They're crapping in the weeds. They're bringing diseases into this country. And say, oh, the countries, we're going back through this whole thing again. Well, New Jersey's a sanctuary state. How do you know who's in this state? You don't. And if somebody says, well, do they have documents right away? You're the monster. You are a monster of sorts. It's not illegal to be a human. Yeah, okay. Let them bring their diseases. Let them bring their death with them. Their gangs. They're mentally ill. They're criminals. Let them bring all of that. I tried to warn you about that years ago when I first got onto Facebook. One of the first things I thought of saying was, we are one plane trip away from a pandemic. And this was way the heck before. Way the heck before the Bologna virus. So I want to thank the people that subscribe to my channel. You guys give me life. You're giving me life. You're giving me something to do. You're giving me a reason to walk around, keep my mind busy. Thank every one of you. Stop by New Jersey. Mass accountability. I want to throw a plug in for him. Mass accountability. I remember when he first started, it was him sitting in his apartment trying to get his equipment all shut up. He's a nice guy. Get his equipment all set up. Like me and him and one other person. You can see that there was 3 people on the live feed, and that was it. And now, look at him. Man, he's out there kicking ass until his shoes are covered in feces. He's doing it, man. So mass accountability. If I can remember to do all of this stuff, I'll put it in here. Mass accountability. Another person that puts his money where his mouth is, Direct D. And Direct D is one hard ass, man. I would not want to fight that mother. These cops give him crap, he hands it right back. Right back. So, and of course, my favorite, New Jersey Exposed, right from here in New Germany. Got to give New Jersey Exposed credit. Without New Jersey Exposed, I would have never kept going. And somebody else that disappeared that I only found out about during the memorials for Disorderly Product News was Ybor City Rob. Ybor City Rob from Tampa passed away too. I used to catch hell, man. I remembered when the cops ran over his bicycle just for spite. Here's a guy that's getting around on his bicycle, doing the accountability thing, and the cops are so hate-filled and spiteful that they run over and crush his bicycle. Talk about nasty. And again, I want to thank every single one of the subscribers. You made it this far. And guess what? There's no commercials on my site unless you want to count the soda machines as commercials. There's not, and I didn't ask you for money for anything. So, I wish us all a good, happy holiday season, good health. I hope everything is uneventful for you folks. I miss the two Joes that I met online, Disorderly Product News and Joe Lewis. I miss them guys. I don't stop thinking about them. 70 years old, I got my memories. So I'm going to say thank you again. Make it a night. I'm going to go see if the security guard is here. Talk to him. He likes to talk about pocket knives and stuff like that, which I find pretty interesting. So we'll see if he's here. Have a good holiday, folks. I think about yous. I thank yous. If you can, share this. Everything I've told you is true. It is. So, good morning, folks. It's 1:06. I'm TPH Victims. I'm out. Talk to you later. Thank you.